All right, guys, so I'm in a 1998, I believe, Ford Expedition. Neutral is reverse in this vehicle. And drive is neutral. So second gear must be drive. Anyways, this vehicle has been in the family since 1998. So it's only got a low miles of 121,000 miles. And it's been through a lot. Anyways, my brother-in-law is driving this vehicle for the time being, because they're currently in the process of building a house and they don't want to spend money on the vehicle at the moment. So a little bit ago, the airbag, air ride suspension on this thing went out, and he bought coil-over conversion for the front and the rear. Is extremely cheap. I think it was like 400 bucks, maybe a little less for the whole rear and front end. So one evening I had like 2 hours. I did the rear, didn't film that, but it's the same exact way. If you guys go a couple videos down, I did it on a Lexus GX 470, I think. The same exact process, pretty much same exact car. Nah. Anyway, so I'm taking this thing to my house and I'm gonna quickly do the front end. Gonna be super quick. The coilovers in this thing actually looks pretty boss, I'm not gonna lie. It almost looks like something you throw onto like a rock crawler or a Jeep. So I'll show you guys that, but this is going to be an extremely quick process. I think I'm literally going to be removing like 4 total bolts to on each side, if I'm correct. So anyways, gonna get this puppy sorted. Maybe I'll even see why that check engine light is on if this thing has an OBD2 reader. I don't know when they went to that or not, if in 98 they had it. But anyways, quick little vid of this 1998 Glory wagon. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so obviously I drove it, so the suspension is a little higher in the front. Here's the rear with the coilover conversion. Perfect ride height. Did this one like, I don't know, 2-3 months ago. Dang, look at that Jeep, so sick. Then you come over here to the front and it's, I don't know, this is the before for you guys to see. And then I'll do an after shot after the front end suspension is. It doesn't look extremely low, although it is visibly racked. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be. I don't know, whatever. But anyways, gonna rip apart the front end, replace with the coilover, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, guys. So like I said, I wasn't sure how much I was gonna film, and I didn't film any of it. But I'll quickly go over. You reuse the hardware down at the bottom. You gotta unbolt both of these arm bushings. When you first unbolt it, the bolt is going to slide out this way, but when you put it back together, just put the bolt that way and put the nut on that way, or do it exactly how you pulled it out. I did it that way just in case we ever need to replace something over here. It'll be a lot easier to just slip her out. Put the strut on. Basically the way that you gotta assemble this strut, you got the bottom hat, bushing, slipper in, bushing, top hat, and then the bolt. And that is a 14 millimeter up there to tighten her down. Super easy. I've got one jack supporting the vehicle, and I have another jack just supporting this whole assembly so that I can let it droop down as much as I need to remove suspension components, and then jack it up so that I can align, like say, that bolt hole and be able to get this stuff to it closer. I wasn't aware of this thing. It's some type of like harness spring thing. I didn't exactly know what that was monitoring, probably for like anti-roll or something, who knows, but I didn't touch anything. Obviously, I just bolted it back up. Everything looks good except for the thing that doesn't look good is the sway bar. It is fully disconnected from this Expedition, and I'm afraid that it is fully disconnected on this side too. Let me see. Yep, yeah, fully disconnected on both ends. I don't know. I mean, my Jeep, obviously I don't have sway bars with the setup that it is, but even when I had coil shock traditional setup, I didn't have sway bars either. With the sway bars disconnected in the front, you get a little bit more body roll and stuff. Get that flex when you're off-roading. Not that this thing is going to off-road. The rear though, sway bars are connected. Everything is golden back there. So I'm not exactly too alarmed and stressed out about the situation that we have going on up front. If anything, it was a blessing for me because we were able to let this thing drop down even more. I mean, it would have anyways, you know, because this arm goes up and down. But I am going to do my best to, when I lower this jack and lower the car back down to the ground, I'm going to do my very best to get it to fall back into that hole. I'm pretty surprised, man, that, I mean, I don't know. What do you expect? It's 22 years old, this car, so. Anyways, we'll see. I'm going to lower this. Just going to allow those arms to drop down just a tad, and then I'm gonna get my tire back on, lower this whole Expedition down, and then we'll see what the new ride height is on this side. And then what I'm gonna do is back up this Expedition, bring it up real close to this side of the garage, and maybe I'll set up like a time-lapse video of me taking that side and putting it back together for you guys. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks. Alrighty, so first impressions of driving this bucket with the coilover from airbag, whatever, conversion. I don't know, I mean, it drives kind of the same. I can definitely notice some more body roll. Again, the airbags were like pretty legit flat, super easy to pull out on the driver's side. The passenger side was a little bit more of a headache. It's funny, every time I tried to do a time-lapse video, that's the side when I start having a little bit of trouble, but the time-lapse like doesn't show any of the trouble that I really had. Anyways, quickly regarding bolt sizes for the like control arm thing, I don't even know what that is, that whatever, the big arm up top. I'm used to working on Jeeps, so bear with me. Same kind of suspension on the Tacoma, Lexus, all that other stuff. Over here, independent suspension. So whereas on the Jeep it's a solid axle. But anyways, those two bolts up top that you have to remove to move that big arm out of the way so you can lower your strut is a 21 millimeter. Down below to unbolt the strut from the vehicle, it's a 13 millimeter on the inside and an 18 on the outside. And then on the old airbag strut up top, that nut is an 18 millimeter, but on the new conversion it's a 14 millimeter. So hopefully that'll save some of your guys' time. I also checked the check engine light, and some type of VVAP says it could be that it needs a new gas cap or something. So I clear that. We'll see if it comes back. Don't have the airbag, suspension light on either, which is cool. But anyways, kind of got this bucket sorted, but what can you do? It sucks that the sway bars are like came unpressed. I'm sure that happened quite a while back. And with those sway bars connected, the front end drive would be quite a bit more tight But it is what it is. You know, this is just a car to kind of get my brother-in-law by until they're done building their house, and then he's gonna buy some type of SUV truck, something for himself. So yeah, anyways, hopefully you guys learned something. I don't know if you did or not. Hopefully you at least enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and we'll see what I have coming next. I don't know if I still got some more Jeep content with that white Jeep, or we'll see what I pick up after I get rid of that. But anyways, thanks for watching. Think about subscribing, and see you on the next one.